Welcome back, everybody. Rax here, and
My
we're
spy
continuing on our Let's
informed
Play
me
of
that you need to
Railroad
urgently
Tycoon.
clean up your
So,
research
we last
department.
left
Those
off here
secret
where we were
construction
having some
plans are
issues with the
lying
passenger
all
train
over the
going from
place.
Toledo to Pittsburgh and all the other in-between stops. So, what I ended up doing was just deleting the route and recreating it only between Toledo and Pittsburgh here, as we can see. So, just to start. Um, and then the other issue that I'm having is the fact that the other train on this line is not able to start. So what I had to do is double the line just to give them a little bit more room. And I found out that you can't build a parallel track next to an existing station, so you actually have to expand the station. Kind of an interesting design, but I can appreciate it. So I've twinned this whole track section down over here, but what I still have to do is put in my signaling so that way the trains know which way to go. So we're going to go, and I think it's this way, and this way. That should be helpful. And then I'm going to carry on all the way to the end of the double track. And call that good. There we go. That has unlocked the trains. Yep. I do love the looks of these little trains just scooting along. Hello everybody, choo choo. Okay, so let's just get this Toledo to Pittsburgh going. We can go back in a minute and add some more destinations. Let's try to take them down to Washington also. Good. Okay. So yeah, we are now being unloaded into here, and then we are just carrying on directly to Washington. Ooh, look at that! That is a much faster train. Yeah, so we're gonna definitely want to upgrade all the things that are. Oh, and that's the other thing that
I
I
hope you
did.
don't mind. Gotta
I
go into
found my
competition with your
research
station.
and I unlocked the G&M American 50% tractor power. I think that is
The prosperity on
basically
the
one of
East
the
Coast
most
is growing. I like
most
that,
advanced things that we can
as there are
unlock in
many
terms of
places
traction
there
power
that are dear
in
to
this
me,
era. So we
especially
will be
Baltimore.
definitely coming into that.
But this wealth is
640
also
innovation
causing people
points.
to become
We're just going to
lazy.
go ahead and unlock a
I
couple
hope
of
there
these
will be
things.
enough people like me who feel the urge to travel farther west.
Food revenue, and looks like that's about it for what we want. We can come back here and grab some of the other earlier tech. We'll do that later though. And let's try to manage our fleet. Oh yes, we can actually go to the engine shed. We can choose the G&M
Things are
American,
going better for you than I'd
and those
expected.
the replaced locomotives. So we're gonna go ahead and see what the
You can assign specially designed cars to a train once you have researched them. They improve a train's properties, but reduce the number of freight cars the train can pull.
fair enough. I'm just gonna go ahead and upgrade the first one. Let's see if that improves anything. Oh, we can also see what's in here. So we're specifically looking for any routes that include Pittsburgh. So no Pittsburgh to Baltimore. Yeah, I wouldn't mind upgrading this train. So let's buy a new local one to the Gina American. We're gonna get a refund on the existing, and I'll have to pay a small amount extra. That should help us a whole lot. Eventually, we will add on a few more lines that include some of the more advanced trains. We'll just come back in, but
Did
as
I
you saw,
allow
it's going to cost
myself
us
to
nine
be
hundred thousand
lulled
dollars
in by your good
to upgrade all of
looks?
our fleet. We
That
just don't
won't
have that
happen
kind of
to
money
me
right now,
again.
especially if we want to keep expanding and work on our task list. Which, speaking of, we have 4 more years to get another 13,000 people, 12,000 people. It looks like it's well on its way. We don't really need to do much there so long as we keep getting resources into Baltimore. And the other one is have a company value of $20 million. But that 9 years, honestly, if we can double our company value in 9 years, then I'm happy. And then the last thing, an optional task here, if we want to do it, is to connect 10 rural businesses. So why don't we just go in and swoop up one of the other ones? Let's take a look for our business. Let's go into a city and click the information. And I found out that we can. There's a button for it. Express goods. No. So for
I'll
cattle,
tell you one thing.
Toledo needs
We
cattle.
should join forces.
Let's add this.
You're more on the ball than I had thought. Together we can conquer the world. No? Okay, your loss.
There. We'll go ahead and do that. Let's just zoom in, and I'm going to put in just a little bit of track. There. Oh, confirm that.
Congratulations. You're doing some excellent work, and
Set
your
up a new
company
rail
has
line
greatly
between
increased in
these
value,
two.
just as
And
I'd hoped
this
it
one, I'm
would.
just going to add just the tiniest little thing. It just doesn't really matter. There, now that should add a whole bunch of meat and bring it up to Toledo for slaughter processing. No, we don't slaughter cows here. Oh, look though, we get to turn them into meat and to leather. Yeah, very nice, very nice. Hopefully that's going to
I
improve
like to drink wine
things
more
in
than I
Toledo.
used
We
to.
almost have
Anyway,
80,000 there. That's
I'm drinking more.
amazing. I haven't been focusing too much on the personnel and the auctions. I haven't quite figured out how I want to play that. So maybe in the next chapter we'll start taking a look at stuff like that. There we go. That is going to be. Oh, look at that. That is a very profitable route for me. Perfect. Exactly what we need. Okay. While we're out here, let's take a look to see what other things there are. There's some cotton, some brick, and another city. We can walk Toledo down to Indianapolis there and pick up a couple things along the way. What does Indianapolis have? It has more meat industry, which means we can utilize this ranch and also this ranch up here in the north. If we do that, we can have maybe one route going each, so to kind of like split the load. And then sugarcane. Who needs sugar at this point? Does anybody
My
actually? Yeah,
parents immigrated here from
yeah.
Europe. I'm not sure
Washington
exactly
has
from
a
which
major
country.
sugar
I can
demand. Same
barely
thing with
remember them.
Baltimore
They died when
and
I was 2
Pittsburgh.
years
So let's
old.
actually find Baltimore, Washington, and Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh has no sugar nearby. Baltimore. Baltimore is growing. Perfect. We're almost at the cap for that one. There's some sugar down here. So let's go down, steal some sugar from the Smith farm. Smith farm has more than enough. Yes, I'm gonna go ahead and steal some. And we're gonna go straight up.
Don't you think that one rail connection is enough for this business?
Don't you think? No, no, I don't think one rail connection is enough for this business. That's why I put in more. I want to go the other way. So I guess I have to tell it to kind of go over here, and then no. Instead, let's go this way. Start from here and kind of drag it off down. Yeah, it's gonna look nice. How's that? Ooh, expensive. It's the bridge. Can we not do the bridge? Look at that. $33,000. Much better than 250. Okay, and let's go ahead and put a new train. Now this one, we are going to do Smith Farm to Washington, back to Smith Farm, and then up to Baltimore. Save that, and add a locomotive. Let's do a fast one, so we can scoot back and forth as quick as we can. Now, if I did want to, I could try to buy the business. $3 million. That's a little bit more than I was expecting. That's okay. We'll come back. Maybe having more people there, they will be incentivized to increase their capacity. And we can find the train. There it is. Ooh, that is a fast little guy. Yes, that's what we need to see. Wait for Baltimore into Washington. Oh yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. As expected.
Following my parents' deaths, I was sent to an orphanage. Oh, I know what you think about orphanages, but I got lucky. It was located north of New York, and it belonged to an old married couple who devotedly cared for all the children. I've built a new factory right next to your station. You are cordially invited to the opening ceremony.
Why, thank you so much. Now, again, we're going to have to figure out what's going on here. Is it the whole signaling thing? It probably is. Signals. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. If I knew how signals work, I'd do it. No. Signals on the other side. Okay, and then the Baltimore to Washington train's going to load up and get out of here, and it's going to run past the signal.
I've built up an industry. Take care of the delivery of raw materials.
This was trying to get through Washington into Baltimore. Okay, okay. Looks like we're going to have to upgrade the building and delete the section. Can we not build? Okay. Start from the other side then. Trash it. Why is this not working? No. No. It's not what I want at all. Track construction. Take you. Okay, well, that is interesting. Go ahead and clear you. There's like one pixel in there where it's fine. And do we have enough? No. I'm just gonna trash that and trash this whole line. Gone. Okay. Try this again. Go from here straight down into here. Good. Now I know. Okay, that's a little better. Now it's gonna drag. Wait, I want you to come up. Keep coming up. That's more expensive than it started. $160. Okay, well, that's not as ideal, but go for it. And then the other half of the track is going to come from here, and it's just going to connect straight in. There we go. Now that should have unblocked it. Oh, we don't want to do that one right now. No, not looking to invest in businesses right now. Good, so let's track this little guy. Where is he? He's coming back to Smith Farm to fill up on sugar. Why is he bringing sugar into the farm? Oh, I see. Let's go and... These newspapers are really getting annoying. So I'm gonna... Oh, goodness, did I just delete that whole track? I really hope I didn't. Good. And let's delete that one. That one. So the second track is going to connect to the second track. And the third track is going to connect to the third track. There.
My childhood was not unhappy. But
Better?
even as
Yeah.
a young woman, I knew that I had to seize my own luck and that I couldn't rely on other people. When I was 17, I left the East Coast.
And then we have to put in the supply towers along the route. Oh, there's no good place to put a supply tower here. That is a bit unfortunate. Well, let's just call that good. There's a supply tower right there. Alright, good. Zooming out.
Doesn't my new factory look simply marvelous?
Hey, look at that. They built a bridge over mine. That's neat. And then they're now blocked again. Waiting for Smith Farm to Baltimore, and I'll bet you are waiting for the same thing. Okay, so I think at this point we might want to go into manage the train and tell it what station in Baltimore to use. We can only use track 2.
Baltimore is growing and
Okay,
thriving.
okay.
That is mainly thanks to the railroad that you built. Well done.
Let's confirm that. Now, if we go into the rail line and in Baltimore, we can use track 3. Good. Smith Farm, we're going up to Washington. Scoot, scoot, scoot. It's going on track 3. Unloading. Apparently nothing. Does Washington not have a sugar demand? I thought it said it did. Stock in the city versus weekly demand. Fair enough. Toledo. And Baltimore. Okay.
I went to Chicago. The
But
city was vibrant back then. At first, I got by doing odd jobs. Perhaps I could have found a husband then and
back to
started a
Baltimore.
nice, boring life. But I didn't want that.
All the way up to Toledo. Cool. Let's try that. I'm kind of curious to find out how it's going to get from Smith Farm all the way up to Toledo. I wonder what it would cost to go from. Oh, there's a little thunderstorm. That's neat. I wonder what it would cost to go from here up to here. $2.5 million. Now, what is that mostly because? Lots of tunneling. Can we instead not do that? No. Uh-huh. Better, 1.7. Terrible incline. 32%. Stop it. Stop. I don't know if we have the ability to go all the way up there. That's fine. Let's follow this Smith Farm guy. Let's kind of see where he's going. Baltimore. Still waiting for it. Oh, all the rain in here. Yeah, up here, up here. Okay. Now we're heading to Washington with passengers. Cheese. Lumber. Okay. don't care. If you're unprofitable, why would I want to buy you? Do you see the logic? I'm
I've
just
pulled some strings to see whether
curious.
anybody wants to switch sides.
There it is. We're not doing that. Can't afford it. I'd love to. Okay, now we're gonna go to Toledo. How are we gonna get to Toledo? That's the question. Waiting again. I think if we add a turn right about here, I think that's gonna be fine. Yes. And then honestly at this point here we're probably gonna want to put in a siding or two. Just to make sure that, darn, that's a really hard one to get hold of. Yes, there we go. Uh-huh. Right over the bridge. Pay that, add some signaling. Turn that around. Yes. Yes, so for some reason, okay, so it's going to go up first. Good, it's going to get into Baltimore. And then it's swapped around. Now we're waiting for Baltimore to Washington. At least we got $2 million. At least we're not broke anymore. That's pretty good. Don't know if we're doing that well, but okay. And we're going back to Smith Farm. Fascinating. I'd like to see it actually go to Toledo at some point. Now it's going to Toledo. Please use it. Please use it. Perfect. Yep. Good to see. Good to see. And we chose the siding. Perfect. Built. Good. 2 miles an hour. Which train is this? This is the tiny little locomotive, isn't it? Let's go ahead and upgrade you with a 50%er. Bam, look at that. Skip straight to Toledo, where I hope that we're able to unload this sugar. Can we unload the sugar? Alright, let's go fast. Of course, Toledo's all the way over here. Past Wilson Farm. Up the side. If you think about it, this is a very long trip. He's been going for a month, almost 2 months by now. Take a look. 64 days. Look at that. And now it's empty, going back to Smith Farm. This is looking pretty good. And the last thing we're working on really is just getting our company value. So I think what we really need to do
Wine more
is
than I used to. Anyway, I'm drinking more.
just bring in more rural stuff, add more cities. Looks like we've taken care of most of our network. Everything is in some fashion connected. I wonder if I want to add some more train lines between some of these cities here. Start working on figuring out the logistics of the goods. But I think that's going to have to be a issue for next time. I'm going to go ahead and put a cut in here. Thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you next time.